and then the two idiots who got butt hurt because they got their asses handed to them by a little girl. I mean, granted, if I got my ass handed to me by a little girl, I would be a little bit butt hurt. But after a while, I'd just be like, I just need to not be terrible.
Just get good, easy.
I would be more embarrassed by the fact that I got my ass handed to me by a little
right
girl.
Let's go.
You keep cutting out in Discord. I don't know if you're cutting out on stream.
Oh boy.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Wyna. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries, so I'll get right to it.
Well, let me test it
We're here
myself
for the
by
Spirit
breaking my
Speaker
ears.
For pleasantries,
Whoa, hold on a
so I'll get
second.
right to it.
Well,
At
let me
least
test
tell
it
me why you
myself
need
by
it first.
breaking my ears.
My friend
Pleasantries.
Kashina
Hold
is
on a
trapped
second.
within the
By
breaking my ears.
My friend
Hold
Kashina
on
is
a
trapped.
second. Rescuer? From the Night Kingdom?
I don't know if anybody
That's
could
right.
hear that, and I genuinely
I'm
apologize.
sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear.
It
Go in
looped.
there. A mature warrior would never make such a foolish decision.
Wow.
The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know how it's going to end. Losing a friend is tragic, but when that happens, the best thing you can do
But it
is
didn't seem
focus
like I
on
was
how to
cutting
prevent
out
further
in-
casualties.
I appreciate what you're
You
trying
didn't
to
cut
say,
out for me
Chief
then
Wyna.
either.
But if the price of maturity
Maybe
is
I'm peeking
abandoning
too
a
much.
friend in need, I'll choose foolishness any day. If Kachina's still holding on, then so will I.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna?
This guy
This
kind of
doesn't
looks like a
seem like you.
douche.
Life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
Skidoosh.
It's nothing. The Night Kingdom is a dangerous place. Can't blame me for checking if you were up to the task.
I think it's the
If you're
glasses.
that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
No, it's the
Keep it
glasses
safe,
and bandana
okay?
combo.
It's not like we have a spare.
Thank you.
If he was only wearing the glasses
Seems like you two go
or
way
the
back.
bandana.
But aren't you from the Flower Feather Clan, Chaska?
Oh, Chaska's a peacemaker, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one people call to resolve conflicts, so we slowly got to know each other that way.
Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too. She's helped us out a lot in the past.
Have we met
Oh, you have
Queechy?
a younger sister?
Yes, I'll introduce you to her sometime.
Oh, I unlocked my
Let's
first
get back to
island in the
business.
teapot.
Wyna, how do
Ooh.
we use the stone?
As you probably know, your intended destination is
I think I picked
completely
Natlin.
different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing.
I think my
with
choices were
currents.
Natlin or Leeway.
And the ancient name you seek is like a tiny fish.
Because the
swimming downstream.
Nutlands is a
In that
item that you
sense,
have to buy
the stone
from
is like a
Tubby.
fishing boat drifting down the river. But the boat alone isn't enough. You need a fisherman.
The
experienced
options that you
enough to
had
steer it in the
were
right
two
direction.
Liyue style and then a
We could
Mondstadt
do that
style.
ourselves.
Might have been
With
a
little
Mondstadt style.
practice, I'm sure you could. You have the strength and the talent. If you want to make sure this works, though, I could recommend someone to you.
Who?
Vichama, a legendary warrior and scout from our tribe. He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his ancient name means to seek. If you're fishing for a name, you're gonna want him on the boat.
Bichama? Why does that name sound familiar?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard stories about him. Where can we find him?
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the cliff tops. Follow the path that way.
Are you
I'm
kidding?
sure
I'd
you'll
probably do
find
the
it.
exact same in this region.
Thank
It's
you.
beautiful.
We'll go look for him there.
Wait.
Hello. I got rated.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Rose.
Hi, Rosie. Thank you all for rating me. I guess I should probably do a shout out.
Wait, I can do. Wait, how do I do the Twitch shout out?
Oh, trust me, I'm having the same issue.
No, I never know. So, I know how to do stream alert shout out.
Oh, backslash.
Let me do it. I'm a mod. Let me do my job.
I'm letting you do your job.
no,
I'm just trying to help you guide you there. We're both dumb.
Out.
Lucius the White.
Lucy's.
Lucy, thank you so much for rating. How was your games? Oh my goodness. How was your games?
I'm accomplished.
Oh, now I'm watching myself twice. I should probably get rid of the extra window I had.
Just a bit.
I know you played Barotrauma with the Trauma Center Master Metri and the Menace to All Trauma Jade.
And then I think I saw him playing Half Sword and then Mecha something.
Mecha Break?
Yeah,
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah, that must be him.
Okay, the intrusive thoughts are winning. I want to kick him off the edge.
Hello there. Are you
Do
Vichama?
it.
That's me. Did you need something?
Mecha
You're saying
Simul tactics.
you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom.
tactics.
How is that even possible?
Very good. Very good. iDisco is always nice. Yeah, Barotrauma, but I think it's normal
But that would
trauma
mean-
since everyone wants me to take my pants off.
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
And that is a
Take
good
the
game.
pants off!
Apparently Jester wants you to take your pants off.
Everything's
No.
fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help
It was
you find
requested by
Kachina's
Rosie.
ancient name, I want to use
Okay.
the stone to look
Rose
for my friends as well.
Rose probably
Your
also
friend?
requested the pants off as well.
Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem.
You should also check it out if
We
you
agree
wanted.
request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name.
No, but if she
it's
did,
only
I
right
would.
that we
I
return
did
the
not.
favor.
Then we're agreed.
Rose,
Can I
could
have a
you
look at the
send
stone?
me a link to that in DMs, please? And I'll check
What
it
are y'all
out.
DMing each other about?
The Mecha Simultactics.
Oh, gotcha.
I almost said Simulacrum. I play D&D way too much.
I see. From what
Speaking
I
of
can tell,
D&D, I get to start
functions
another
almost
campaign.
like an abyssal pylon.
I might have to
Both
take a break
connect
here
the Night
soon
Kingdom to the living world.
from D&D,
Once
and
the
not of my own
connection's
free will.
established, the abyss will
Oh,
come
why?
surging
What's going
through
on?
the opening like a predator
So
honing in
we
on the
used
scent of
to
blood. So
play
we have
at
to be sure
a
not to use it in a
shop
tribal
that
settlement.
sold like
Wow,
old
you
video
got all
games and
that
stuff like
just
that.
from
They let us
looking
play
at
there
it?
because they had tables.
I just picked
They
up
also
on
hosted
basics,
like
really.
Magic and
I
Yu-Gi-Oh
still have no
tournaments
idea why
whenever
it
we weren't
works.
there.
You said
They
someone
moved
named Sheep
shop
Lolly
to a
invented
separate
this.
area. However,
He must
this
be a
new
genius.
area is kind of not
I'll
the
go
best
find
for
an
all of
open
us.
area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need
it's
you to do
like-
2 things for me.
Technically speaking,
go
it's
right
closer
away.
for
What do you
me.
need?
It's
First, I'll need some
an
hook
extra
ropes.
5-10
Pretty much
minutes
every
for the
store around
farthest
here
one
carries
from
them,
us.
So no need to go anywhere
And the
special.
other person who has to
and I
do a
need
lot
to
of
build a
driving,
net
if
out
she
of
gets
them.
off
So make
later
sure
in the
you get a good
day,
amount.
Wait,
she won't
are
be
you
able to
saying
start
you're going
playing
use
until about a
real
half
net
hour
to catch
afterwards.
Kachina's ancient name?
No, it's not
How does that
too
work when
bad.
one-
Well, we
tangible
start at
and
6
one's
p.m.
not.
usually, and she would usually
By
get off at
creating
6
something
p.m., but she was
tangible
like a
in our
5-minute drive
world,
down the
like
road.
a net, we can create a connection
now
to a
it's
corresponding
longer
concept
than
in
that.
the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going
I
to
guess
use the
so.
concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Thank you, Rosie.
Oh, I see.
The other
What about
issue
the
is there's
second thing
carpet
you need?
flooring in there, so we
Right.
can't bring food
I
in.
need two
Yeah,
chunks
yeah.
of obsidian. Once
fair.
we bring the ancient names
Which
into
we
I
would,
know.
we would
We'll
bring
need a
food
place
in
to
and eat
store
while
them.
we play, but since
Normally, you can
we
only
can't do
get
that
obsidian
anymore.
from the Children of Echoes. But
Not
I
until
heard
you
there's a traveling
build up some
merchant from that
rapport
tribe
with the
around here
owners and
somewhere.
stuff
oh no,
like
even then
that.
I'd
Maybe
be
you can
I'd
try
be a
your luck
stickler
there.
for it.
Gotcha.
Fair enough.
I used to work in
right,
so
let's
many
split.
places where cleaning was
See
such
that
a pain in
clearing?
the ass.
Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh,
Yeah.
and you
For
can
For
send
me,
someone with you
though,
if you
we're
want.
just playing
case you're
online
worried I might
because
take the
I
stone
used
for
to run a
what do you
campaign for
think,
my
Jessica?
friends, and then college happened, so we all had to take a break.
There's
But
no
now
need.
the two of them
Lena spoke highly
are
of
fucking
you.
begging
That
for me to
means you're
start another
trustworthy.
campaign, so we're doing that.
Well, I can't
appreciate
do
it,
online anymore
even though it doesn't
unless
mean much to me
it's
anymore.
super late at night,
Anyway,
which is not healthy.
It'll take some time to set everything up, so
Yeah.
no need to rush. I'll see you.
or it's somewhere else where I'm not here.
What an odd guy. He seems so
True.
defeated, but
Yeah,
also
fair
really
enough.
invested in the stone at the same time.
Because if I were to play D&D, it would confuse the shit out of my dad.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon.
And I don't need more of that.
Let's just focus on the
Yeah.
preparations.
At the
for now.
moment, I'm still trying to figure out if
Hang
I'm the
on,
one driving
Kachina.
him to get the payment
We're
for his
coming
old
for you.
vehicle or not. That's been a fun
Yeah.
fight. I shouldn't call it a fight. I shouldn't call it a fight because it's not a fight.
It's a struggle.
Yes, for me, it's a struggle. For him, not so much. Because all he
Why?
needs to do, well, all he needs to do is just call one of his siblings and get the information I need. Because the thing is,
fair.
I don't mind driving him. I'm happy to drive him, but I
he
need
just doesn't
to.
want to do it.
Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
More than likely, he doesn't want to do it, or he just gets
As
lost in the
in
TV.
rock climbing equipment?
Oh, true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Although I
How much
He
think
gets
is
lost in
whole
the
stock?
sauce.
I think his withdrawal
the whole
symptoms
thing?
are starting to die
Let
down.
me see.
Thankfully,
That would be
Good.
30,000 more in total.
it's.
He can get his shit together.
Deal.
I don't know yet, though. That's the issue.
Wait, really?
What, you want me to drive down the price?
Because he did quit cold
We just
turkey.
need these as fast as
He
possible.
did.
Thanks.
Oh,
That's
no
never
problem
good.
at all.
Yeah.
I'll even pass along some information
He's
on the
also
house.
probably going to go through a
These
few other
ropes are
withdrawals
usually
because he
used
used to
by
drink a
rock
lot of
climbing
Mountain Dew, and he quit that cold
If
turkey
you
too.
want to learn, I'm just the
Christ.
person you want to ask.
Mans was literally like, let's do this on hard
All
mode.
right,
Pretty
that's
much.
everything. Here you go.
But these are the 12
Now we need the
millimeter.
city.
I need the
Let's go talk
papers,
to the traveling
though.
merchant Bichama mentioned.
Do I know how to papers?
You don't get sauce, you get lost.
No one can catch
Sorry, I'm trying to find
But you can
Where
also get lost
my-
in sauce.
where my fucking ear stretching kits went.
What?
Because I am hit with the urge to go bigger. So,
What?
Excuse me.
because I got
Do you
stretched
sell
earlobes.
obsidian?
Oh, you got gauges?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got
Okay.
a chunk for sale
And
right
I'm
over
trying to
there.
find
Perfect.
where I put,
Is that the only one?
the next
though?
size up.
We actually need two.
because I'm hit with the urge to
Might be tough.
size up.
Tell you
But
what,
I
I'll
found
take a look through these boxes over here, and we'll see
I
what we
found
can find.
the
Thank you so
silicone
much. We'll wait here.
gauges, but I don't know where the tapers are. And I don't have the money to buy new ones.
Relax.
Might have to wait a bit.
Everything's going according to plan.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
How do you see?
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both.
That is cheap.
Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him then? How's he doing?
Yeah.
Malco's been
I don't
gone
think I
for
actually have
5
him.
years now.
I don't know if I was ever given them.
It's about time he started.
So I
to move
remember,
forward.
I remember,
Do you know
That's a
what
hell of a,
happened?
that's a hell of a
opening-
moment to remember.
I heard
What?
about it in
That's a
passing
hell of a
when I was
moment to
out
remember. It's like,
drinking one night.
I got these
I
gauges.
don't know all the
I got
details.
these elongated
Vichama and
earlobes.
Malco grew up
I know
together
I did the steps to
and
get
even
this
made a
far.
name for themselves
Where are the
together.
tapers?
Malco
5
was
minutes
an
later.
amazing
Oh,
fighter,
I never got the
capable of
tapers.
knocking out multiple
No, it's 'cause,
opponents in a single hit.
they came
While
in different
Vichama
sizes.
excelled at
So you
scouting
stretch to like different
and
sizes,
analyzing the battlefield.
and then once
The
enough
two
weeks
made an
go
excellent
by
team
that they're not
and
gonna
managed
like
to beat back the
fucking
others
Heal.
kill you for
several
trying to go
times.
bigger.
5 years
Um,
ago, they
not
both
heal,
emerged
not
triumphant
exactly.
in the pilgrimage
The only
and
the only
were placed on
reason
the
they would
same
need to
team
heal is
to
if you
fight the
fucking did it
abyss.
wrong.
Yeah.
On the eve of battle,
And so then you
the
go to the
abyss
next size
launched an
tapers and you
attack
put
on the
those in.
tribe.
The tapers are
And
just
Vichama
they're
suffered
smaller
an
on one
injury
end
to his
and then the
leg
actual
while
size on the
attempting
other,
to
so that
rescue
if
someone.
you can like
Very
ease
happy.
it up to the size just in case.
The team
Um,
agreed that he couldn't fight
and
the
I
abyss in his
think
condition.
that the 12
Vichama
millimeters
didn't
was the
argue.
one that I just didn't receive tapers for. Because I remember getting the silicones and then being like, oh, where's the tapers? And then not having tapers.
To let him stay behind. It's just Melko and the others.
I mean, I could try putting them in anyway, but I just don't think they fit.
I don't think I could ever get ear piercings.
The team made
I don't think I could ever
I've
get
had them
piercings.
since I was a kid.
and they fell to the onslaught.
I got my ears pierced when I was 6 years old.
I can see myself getting tattoos. I can't see myself getting piercings.
Which is funny, because it's the opposite for me. I want tattoos, but my commitment issues get numbered.
See, my biggest issue is I want to get tattoos on my forearms of my personas markings. Biggest problem I have with that is that my forearms are quite hairy.
You shave them.
The abyss has caused so much suffering.
I shave my arms semi-regularly, just because I like the feel of hairless arms.
I've never shaved my arms.
Give it a try. It feels fucking weird, I'll tell you that.
I've actually, aside from my head, I've never shaved any part of my body.
I would
Do
really
it.
appreciate it.
Like, genuinely, I'm not trying to like clown on you or anything. Do it. It feels fucking weird, and then it feels good. Because you feel absolutely, like, vulnerable and naked as fuck. Because the hair that used to be there that, like, gave you, like, a teeny little bit of, like, warmth is then gone. And then, after you shave, when you, like, experience sensations in those areas, it's just like, what the fuck's going on? Why do I feel, like, ultra aware of what is going on? And it's because the hair is gone.
I feel like
the
that would not be
skin.
good for somebody with my mentality.
It's-
The
I would
ultra
say
aware,
give it a try.
the ultra aware of everything around me would probably be anxiety inducing.
It's only no. It's only like fresh. If it's been a while, you ignore it again. I think the most inconvenient thing about like shaving body hair is when it starts growing back. Because if, depending on the area, it can get itchy, because the hair is like, it's not.
breaking free, it's basically breaking out of the pores again.
No. The pores should still be open unless you fucked up somewhere.
It's me.
Which that is
Let's
also
face it,
that-
it's me.
When do we start?
It's also a
I've made
thing
all
that
the
you can get
necessary
ingrowns
adjustments,
because the
so we're
pore
good to go.
closed or the hair like was
As
growing out
agreed,
wrong, and
I'll
it
help
it
you
didn't
find
end up actually
Kachina's
like growing
ancient
out.
name, and then you
To quote Rosie, I want to split my tongue. Shave. I need more tats.
Yeah.
It is. It's so good.
It is. Yeah.
Like your skin is new again.
And yeah, I've been watching Chet too.
Did I get the? Did I get the? Oh, what's the word for it?
Go ahead.
Oh, this is gonna bug me again.
Yes.
I'm just
After
saying,
Malko fell,
shaving your
scoured
body
the
hair.
Inflection.
Like-
Did I get Rosie's
It turned out
inflection?
He wasn't bested
I
by
don't know.
some
I don't think I've ever
impossibly
heard
powerful foe.
Rose speak.
He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies.
Or if I have, I didn't know it was her.
I would have been able to sense the
I don't
If you
know
watch,
who anyone is.
if you watched the
advance.
recent Abiotic
I've
Factor
always
videos, you would know what
blamed
Rose sounds
myself
like.
for what happened.
Oh fuck yeah!
You
I
told me
completely
about
fucking
Kachina.
forgot.
I realized
Rose
there's
is the
a
one that
chance Malko might
screamed
also be
last
alive,
episode,
fighting
last
for
time.
survival in the Night
I
Kingdom.
don't know voices, so nobody gets to be
That
mad
had
at
been
me for
several
it.
years
I
ago,
put her
huh?
on the spot. Her immediate reaction was,
Kingdom of
and then she said, "Fuck." It was just like, "No, I said the
There
bad
may not
word."
be much hope. I still have to try. Malko and I promised each other,
Yeah,
even if we never
yeah,
Kinda.
meet up in
She
the
talks
past,
like that,
we
Lamau.
would
I will
fight
speak.
together until
I am
the
either
end.
gleep or guttural.
Alright, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized
You
version
need
of
to
Kachina's
full body
ancient
shave,
name.
just to
If you
experience
see
it
any
for
fragments
once.
scattered
I
around the
don't-
area,
Not-
please collect
Okay,
them.
I
Okay, not
don't.
full body.
Yeah, I don't think I want to shave my legs.
Yeah. They're honestly really inconvenient. If you don't need to show your legs or don't have a want to
Make
show
sure
your
you
legs, don't
prepare
fucking
yourselves
bother.
for battle.
It's
Well, I don't really
inconvenient.
care. I don't really
We'll
care
link
about
the
that.
Metal
It's
Realm
just
to the Night
that
Kingdom.
For some
will
reason,
likely emerge in response.
the idea of shaving my legs just feels
Look at that golden thing.
unnecessary.
It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned.
Okay,
Let's get
but
closer.
legs are inconvenient. Thank you. At least try shaving your arms, cause you'll get the whole like fresh baby skin vibes and like experience, and and definitely put freshly shaven arm in water and feel
I
how
will say
fucking
this.
weird it is.
When I say shave, I don't actually do a proper shaving.
What do you do?
I take an electric razor for one, and what I do is I will obviously leave it at like the lowest setting or like the lowest length, and I will like use that to shave my face. So I usually end up with stubble all the time.
Yeah, do it to your arm anyway. It's same vibe, same feeling.
I actually cannot safely. I can, but I can't safely use a razor on my face.
So then get just a regular stick razor. Bit cheap. You'll have to clean it out a lot, but it's still.
Are those the ones
happen.
that are those the ones that are like the basic razors?
Yeah.
I can't use those.
Why?
The last time I tried to use one, I almost fainted.
Why?
The concept of a blade near my neck.
An electric razor doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't. Because the electric
Moving blades.
So the electric razors, I'd actually have to actively try and hurt myself with it.
So why can't you use it on your arm?
It's not that I can't use it on my arm. It's just that I don't. What I'm saying is like, shaving to me is definitely not shaving to other people. Shaving to me.
It's the exact same thing.
Well, what I always assume people, when they say shaving, they mean with razors. Like regular razors.
No.
Quick, take it.
There are many people that I know specifically who will say that they like they're shaving their facial hair and it's only trimming.
Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the abyss is getting stronger.
Like if someone says they full shave, like yeah, that's down to the skin.
The abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5
Oh yeah,
years
a
ago.
close shave, as Lucy says.
I just need a little more time.
I don't
Please,
think I've
I'm
ever
almost
cut
there.
myself while shaving. That I know of.
Thank you.
No, I would when I was a kid. I would cut my fucking armpits a lot.
Butt mashing.
But I haven't since.
The power of the abyss is strong.
But I have not cut myself shaving since. And I shave everything. I'm gonna. People
Oh my
hate
goodness!
me.
Ow, that hurt.
People hate me. When I say I shave, it's way different. I dry shave without fucking cream. So often when I shave, I'm just sitting doing nothing. So I'm like, I'll shave.
From calling me a gooner to gooning to me. No, it's gonna switch back. No, don't worry about that. Legs are inconvenient. I'm always goon. What? Sorry, I'm reading. Use the Phillips blade. Wait, what? Stop. Phillips one blade.
Phillips one blade.
I've only ever cut myself shaving like twice. I've never actually cut myself shaving. But for some reason, the concept. I think because of like the one and only time I did a suicide attempt, it was kind of similar to that. With a blade near my neck, and now my body just registers a non-moving blade.
I'm not allowed to use X-Acto knives for that reason.
I do that too sometimes. Not the best for skin, but I do it too. Thank you, Kaz. You're my hero, deadass. Gotta flip it back. Wait, why am I a hero?
Malco. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
Somebody try policing your habits?
I'm sorry, Sea Lolly. Get back!
Rose, who do
But
I
I'm
gotta
single
fight?
now, so no one can police my habits. The goon bit from earlier. Ah.
Who do I gotta fight, Rose? Who do I gotta fight?
What
Rose,
happened just now?
aren't you moving in with two
Like
people?
The spirit speaker stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy
That's
for a
what
while,
she thinks.
but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky
Okay,
we
let me
managed
see
to
if I can
dodge
put
it
in this
time.
fucking 12
I thought I
millimeter,
said to get
because
back.
Yeah, barely
I'm
a
at
second
10.
before you made it go poof.
generally,
Not
if I
everyone
do
has
it
your
right, I'm
reflexes,
supposed to go
Jaska.
to
You were
11
this close to
millimeters.
getting dragged into the explosion.
That's
I
for,
used to have to
that's
ask
for
my partner for
stinky.
permission
I'll
to
be
do
more
hobby
careful
stuff
next
with
time.
any blade.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece.
Yeah.
Wait, where's Vichama?
I have to ask this out of curiosity. You do not have to answer if you don't want to.
Vichama!
Was it because you
Find
showed
Nako's ancient name. Must be completely
hints
gone by now.
at that being
Once your
dangerous
ancient
for your
name
well-being?
disappears, there's no
I
coming
think it
back.
was in response
From
to
the
my
very beginning,
thing with
there
Exacto
was a
knives,
slim
not
chance,
being
but
allowed to use
still.
Exacto knives.
Well,
And
okay, so like the
now,
reason I bring that up is because my first
it's
ex
too late to save
was
him.
suicidal.
From the minute he left that day.
There's ads.
Ads! I
already too
forgot
late.
those were a thing. I'm so sorry.
Vichama.
Speaking of, you
I'm
need
sure he's heard
to
enough condolences
change
over the
your
years.
ad schedule.
Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing.
I mean, the ads are done for me, so
This is...
Well, you also have the benefit of being in the same call with me.
yeah. I'm just
But-
telling you the ads are done for me. Oh, I gotta debate if I even want to keep stretching my ears further.
Not enough to swing a sword.
Because I could get the silicone
few
thing
last words.
in, and it is stretching it. Like, I feel pressure.
But do you want to go through with it?
Bad. No one
Because
will
then I
get
have to
hear
buy
them.
new gauges.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd actually die on this
But
mission.
I do want them to be bigger.
Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just
Ask
hard
wife.
thinking about
Wife will decide.
my mom's face when she hears the news.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm already at the point of no
Something to be
return, so
thankful
like...
for, then. My parents died a long time ago. You won't have to mourn me.
Wait, wife sleep.
Back from the
Can't-
ads.
I can't ask wife.
Okay, so what I was saying, Rosie, was the reason I ask is because my ex was suicidal, so I was wary about my first ex, I should say. I was wary about stuff that she could cause harm to herself with.
For goodbyes.
I wasn't policing what she did, but I was worried regardless.
Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case. Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us.
So if that's what your partner was doing,
For the both of us.
if that's what your partner was doing, I can see why they would be doing that, but
Was that
there's also the concept of being too controlling.
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
You just use pain for control.
Mine was always out of anger, so I understand that.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain?
Or whenever I
Why?
walk, whenever I'd get anxious.
Malco was always the type to put on a
It
brave
was
face.
fun.
But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced.
Wife is ding dang sleeping.
I mean, I had to request my blades for minis and any other hobbies quite often.
For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know...
I have
at the
better
end
ways of
his
coping
life,
now for me, though.
He was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
Good.
Good.
I'm fine.
I'm glad you upgraded from sharp
Actually,
objects to hot
I
irons.
heard Chief Wina wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked
Better
for my
ways of
help, I
coping is
hesitated
always good
too.
for the puppy
I
girls.
knew helping you find your friend's ancient name.
Because
meant
that's how
leading
you
one
earn
step
the
closer
good
to
puppy
danger.
girl.
But
Click,
I
click,
also
click,
understood
click,
why
click, click, click,
you had
click,
to
click,
try.
click, 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 click.
Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them.
Hot women reel.
Once allowed
Click.
to fester, guilt. If I could do it all
Wait,
Gotta find
wait,
yourself a
wait,
hot woman
wait,
to
wait.
tell you that
Jester,
you're a
you
good
need
puppy.
to. Jester, you need to tell me if
Even
this
with an
cuts
injured
out.
leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed
It's
the same,
barely
I still
audible.
would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to
But can you
act,
hear it?
there's no going back.
No. Not enough to know
That's
that if
something
whatever it is.
I had
Sounds
to
like
learn in
clapping.
hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk
You could just go
away
like,
without
fuck.
regrets.
I
Thank you, Vichama.
don't remember how to
I
make
feel even
noise,
more
but click your
determined
tongue.
now.
That's what I'm doing.
Kachina will come back to us. I'll make
Are
sure
you?
of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't hear it.
I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
Like at all.
That's good to hear.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
Strange. My body, it's...
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs.
Okay.
Even though the traveler
So
possesses
pushing it
powers
away.
of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to him, though. you are
Point
only
is, I don't think you're
briefly
gonna successfully
exposed.
click
Slowing your
at
breathing and
Rose.
Controlling your emotion should help you keep the symptoms in check.
Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's too quick.
I have an idea. Do I, as your mod, have the ability to edit your sound alerts?
That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Oh my goodness,
Just
it
speaking
is.
from experience.
I know what it is.
Anyway, we've recovered
What?
Kachina's ancient
So,
memory, so we're off to a great start.
Okay, so my mic
Let's get
obviously is
Vichama
always
back to
picking
his
up
tribe
sound,
and
right?
Tell Wine of the good news.
Yeah.
But I think
and
it's programmed in such a way
apologize for
where
destroying
unless
the
the
spirit
sound
speaker stone.
continues,
We had
it
no choice,
ignores
though,
it.
So he'll probably understand. Right?
And so a snap or a click happens too quickly for it to register that it needs to continually... Lucy, why are you asking me this question? You know I torture people.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wina. I can hear it in
That
your
is
voice.
a sentence that I have
Honestly,
not
it's
heard
just
anyone
one thing
else
after
other
another
than
with
someone
you
in
two.
particular say, which makes me laugh.
They're back.
What, did I torture people?
Koichi?
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You
I
know
don't know if I can edit
exactly
yours.
why I'm
That sucks.
here. My apologies,
I might need to
everyone.
give you
Just
permissions.
need
I
to
might
walk
actually need to
past
make you a
for few
manager.
minutes. You come with me.
Editor.
I thought it was a manager.
I wish
I'll be
Mitchell was
just a
here so I
moment.
could find out how they do it.
Probably the editor. They probably have that role.
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story.
Lucy!
Hang on, I'm working on it.
How did you set it up?
I click or chained a dog lady to think of my pits. Think about my pits when I click. That's some conditioning. That is some conditioning right there.
It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret.
See,
You
I
see,
have once
Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
done that,
She was afflicted
but
with a rare
without
disease when she
clicks
was a
and not
child,
about
and
pits.
abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there
I'm not elaborating,
and tried to devour her.
but I get
But in
it.
the end, all that did was trigger her will to live. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo source. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
If I were to go to
For some reason,
you...
Paimon can totally imagine
You said
that.
white? I'm
Well,
gonna shut my
When
mouth.
Chaska finally returned to human society, it was
What?
Koichi's parents
Don't
who
worry about
adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit
I almost
of
did a
getting into
taboo.
fights. So Koichi was always taking her around,
Taboo about what?
apologizing to everyone.
I remember those
Streaming
days.
taboo. I almost did a streaming
One of
taboo.
those fights was
And
definitely
what's
with me.
that?
But, you know, kids.
You
You're fighting
don't
one minute and
call
your friends
out
the next.
lurkers?
Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight.
Who's
And now she's
lurking?
who people call to resolve conflicts.
That's would be
She's
doing the
known as the
taboo.
peacemaker.
But I don't know who you're even because you're
The
I don't know what
wife.
the fuck you're talking about.
Usually stop fighting when they
She's
get older?
asleep.
She's in my
That's
chat.
partly my fault.
Yeah, because she leaves it
Gucci
open on her
asked me to
computer
stop
while she
Chaska from
sleeps.
doing anything
I can never
dangerous,
understand people
but
doing that to me.
you probably know by now.
Because
once
it gives you
Chaska makes up her
views?
mind,
Well,
And
no,
it
no,
gives
no,
us
no, 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 no.
points.
So here's the issue. Here's the issue. Eventually, if I were to
Exactly.
do that, eventually my
No wonder you
laptop would
tried
fall
to talk
asleep.
us out of going to the Night Kingdom.
No, mine only does it when
Chaska even
the
said
streamer
that
raids
wasn't like
out
you.
and then the stream
I'm all
doesn't
for
load
your
properly and
adventure.
my computer
You need
sleeps.
to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my
Or
age,
she has it
you couldn't
specifically set up
attempt
so that
something
her
like that even if
laptop
you
doesn't
wanted
sleep.
to.
Probably.
Better
But
die now than
no,
live with
she's
regrets
asleep.
later. That's what I
How
say.
do I?
Still, I can
I was
understand where Koichi's
fucking
coming
poking
from.
at her earlier
In the
and she
end,
wasn't answering,
nobody
and
wants to
then
sit
an hour
back and
later
let a
she was
loved
like,
one
I
put their
fucking
life
fell
on the
asleep.
line.
And then she hasn't answered since, so I'm assuming that she's asleep.
All right, it's just the two of us
Aha,
now.
here
Lurking
it
and
is.
1 minute
perking.
to explain yourself.
Why do you think Jade has like
anything
monstrous
to
amounts
say.
of points in
You
every
don't have
single
to approve,
fucking
but
channel
you should
she's
know I
in?
only do what's necessary.
Because she
That
lurks.
attitude is
So
exactly
she gets
the problem.
points.
It's like you don't
So
care.
she can
You
put
try
all
to
y'all
sneak off
in
to the
your
Night Kingdom behind
places.
my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
I try to do it, but I
with
never
the
catch
excuses.
streams when they start. So.
We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels
You
of
can
danger.
now
If it's
edit
not
my
something
sound
urgent,
alerts.
you can only engage in level 2 danger and below.
I ask.
You can only go up to level 3
I
if the
ask that you
situation is so
please
dire
run
there's
it by me
absolutely
first.
No alternative.
I'm not gonna do anything weird.
I will never let Metri be my freaking sound alert
How do
editor.
I find yours,
Into the
though?
place without saying anything.
What do you mean sneak into the place? I always
I
planned
don't
on walking
know
in there
how I
with my
go
head
to
held high.
Brought up Uncle Wina, didn't you?
Manage channel.
Promise me
I don't
Manage
tr-
your channel.
I don't trust that Metri won't add the crocodildo sound alert without my knowing.
There's a
I feel like he went back on
crocodildo
his word.
sound alert.
Yes,
What
she
if I told you
he
my
clipped
mind was
me
made up,
saying
and there was
crocodildo.
nothing he could have done?
That
Not
sucks.
even by force.
Oh,
Oh, I'm
No,
certain.
I'm doing a funny
certain,
thing real quick.
I'm certain that he won't cross.
This is important. If
You've
you were in
heard
my
it,
shoes,
Rose.
You'd make the same decision.
You don't know
You've
that.
heard it.
I'm
I
a
don't
doctor.
want these.
and
No,
I
Lucy,
handle
you're not allowed to.
logistics.
You're not
You're
allowed
going
to add
us
it.
into a dangerous situation where you could
You're
lose
not allowed to
control at
add it
any
because I'm
moment.
adding it to
It's
my
my duty to
channel.
say
I need to
something.
talk to Metri
Alright,
about
whatever.
getting this freaking
Anything
MP3.
else?
I'm gonna do it as part of the Jerky
Anything
Bites
else?
redeems.
Reflect on what you've done
Or one of
and
the biddies.
promise me
It'll
you'll
probably
say
be one of the
no.
biddies.
Time out. Is this
Oh,
one of
that's
our normal
gross.
arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it
'Kay.
sound like I'm joking?
I'm doing a thing.
It wasn't a 180, Lucy. I've been thinking about it for a
You
while.
need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
Oh, so what? Chaska's
Also
not
told you that
Natlanese?
managing your condition is equally important.
Perfect.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
I'm scared.
All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
You do.
Koichi!
If it's even working.
Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
What sound alert did you do?
So,
It's
you're
not
really going to go,
working.
no matter what I say.
Oh.
I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me.
Oh.
All you have to do is wait.
Let me see if the others are working.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn
Rose
out to
over
be
here
so
screaming medic.
darn annoying?
Oh, there we go. They're going through now.
I can't hear
You
it.
two are something
'cause
else.
I muted it.
Something you wanted to say?
Through now.
I can't hear
I
it.
know you aren't related by
else.
blood.
Something you wanted to
You
say?
Through
two
now.
sure are similar. I know you aren't related by blood.
Something you wanted to
You
say?
Through
two
now.
sure are similar. I said that very thing not too long ago.
Something you wanted to
They're in
say?
chat.
Same same way, down to the very tone of voice.
Why can't
If you muted it,
my
that's
place
probably
to
why
get
they're not
involved.
playing.
I will
why
say
can't-
this.
No, I unmuted it. And
Try
now
to
I
spend
can't
a
hear
little
'em.
more time with your sister. You're
Also,
tough
if I
kids.
unmuted, I get the loop.
That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
You may need to refresh on
Anytime.
alert.
All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
About that.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have
Wife said
repaired
no.
it just like the Holy Liar.
The Spirit Speaker Stone might be too stuck.
I just wanted to click at Rose, damn it.
I see.
Okay, we're just gonna ignore that one.
Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her later.
Are they working?
Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
Okay, that's not what I need. That's definitely. I don't know how to do it from OBS is the issue.
Oh.
I would need Lucy's help for that.
Lucy, how have you done it?
That's not. See, technically speaking, I should be hearing these through OBS, but for some reason I'm not. I heard the raid just fine. The raid worked fine.
Refresh browser source?
I have no idea!
Wait, that was medic.
Probably because I just refreshed it.
Okay, somebody do the doll clicker again if they can. I want to hear it.
Oh, it's not loud enough. Yeah. Let me boost it. I'll boost it for you. I'll make it loud. Oh, it's already loud.
Oh. That's short as shit.
Yeah, it's only one. I could do a 4. Do you want me to do 4? I'll do 4.
Whatever triggers Rose the most.
Absolutely.
I'll
I'll trigger the pop.
I can now hear it, at least.
Oh, it's 3. Even better. There you go. Okay, I put another. This one has a hyphen,
We found Kachina's
and it's 3 clicks.
It sounds like
Just
cracking
for
open
you,
a soda.
Rose.
Well, it's
A little
fairly
bit,
complicated.
but Rose knows
Let
what
me
it
give you the
is.
condensed version.
Also, I just saw Lucy play a TF2 I have no idea medic.
We can't
Alert.
go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble.
Totally not at all. I'm gonna go now look for like funny ones. So should I keep
Look, I
the short
wish I
one
could
or
offer
the
you
longer
some
one?
sort of consolation, but I won't lie to
longer
you.
one.
With multiple factions
longer one?
closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation.
Because you're
we're
also cutting
facing.
out there my baby.
Longer.
All you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
You know what it
getting rid
might
of it.
Also
be?
step in on the Pyro
You know
Archive's
what it
behalf.
might be?
There's a
why
limit to
I'm
what I
having
can
trouble with
accomplish,
this. Hang on.
but I'll help you however I can.
What?
There's no need to be
Okay,
so
maybe.
modest, young
I need.
son. Your incredible strength has long been a
I
well-known
need the
fact.
history.
You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate. So much that you have to worry
Remove!
about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed
it's
by
not
our emotions,
backlogged.
myself included. Your reaction
What
to
you doing?
Kachina's disappearance, I
was
understand that
looking
feeling
at-
very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down.
I was looking at the
Follow
thing
me.
that I needed to look at. I was looking at sound alerts because I wanted to see if it was backed up. And that's why the sounds weren't playing for me. But that's not the case.
No, I know for mine, it doesn't play it on OBS either.
But that's the only way I can hear it is the
What
issue.
this place?
Yeah.
And sometimes it does play it, sometimes it doesn't. That's why Bonk works a lot.
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby.
I'm not
of
shocked
sorts.
you know that,
In
Rose.
Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes, and physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations
Hell yeah.
to make for the
So you know it
ceremony,
well.
So feel free to take a look around in the meantime.
Click, 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 click.
If you're curious about an item,
Click, click, click.
I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
Rose, if we didn't pick on you, you think something was wrong.
So in other words, I should bring the short one back.
There are so many jars and potions around here.
I'm gonna let
Did it have
y'all
anything to do with
find the
alchemy?
new
No.
sound noise.
Those
They're all
belong to the
fine.
masters
They're
of
all
the Nightwind.
PG.
They're
They're
ceremonial
just fun.
tools used to amplify the
Like
ability
the
to
wee
communicate
cat.
with
I'm
the
gonna
Night
get rid of
Kingdom
them.
and
I'm
the
just
Light.
playing.
Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor.
Get that bitch a
The
cannon.
tools you see
Bitches.
here
Oh, this
are
one
quite
is
traditional.
not sound.
Bitches love
Her
cannons.
students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me.
Wee
The
wee
contents
wee
of the
cat.
jars aren't all that special. Oh, except for the jar. That's what you really wanted to give me.
What?
Ooh, must be something really
I just now looked at. Stop it! I just now looked at Rose's.
It's quite tasty, although probably expired
Rose's
by now.
Discord thing.
Yeah.
Click, 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 click.
Click, 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 click. See? She can't be mad at anyone.
She's done it to herself.
Literally. Like we're just playing.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my
I
collection?
don't know. I
Do you
think
feel
I don't
you have a
like
better
sound alerts that are
understanding of
too
Natlan's
long.
culture now?
That's fair.
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really
Okay,
been through a
man,
lot.
short. I will look under short sound.
Does
I would
every
prefer
item
not the
hold a
wee wee wee
special
cat, to be
memory,
honest.
Just like Atea's talisman?
It's high pitched.
Okay, but
That's right.
Rose, even
The
if it's
items in my
targeted to the
collection
one
actually
chick,
serve a similar
it's a public
purpose to the ancient names
forum.
passed
Yeah, you
down
did
the
kind of put that on
ages.
something that's
They
a lot of
demonstrate
people
the
can
true
see.
shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future.
What are you
If you
laughing
can
at?
get your fucking
There's
sound
also a
alerts to work
different
again,
theory, one that
like,
I
can you
believe
hear
to be
them?
closer to the truth, namely
now?
that the past, present, and future
If I
all
AoE some
exist at
bitches,
once.
it's on them.
At once?
So
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't.
gonna-
I can't
not
hear.
sure
Okay, so
she understands.
I could hear the wee 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 cat. I could hear me
Let's say
doing
your journey
the
ended right now.
TF2
Thinking
Scout
back on your
Cannons one.
experience in each
Okay, that's
nation,
fine.
Which one would you say was the most
Beyond that,
important?
not really.
Because I'm adding one to the channel point. Considering the sheer amount of times that this has been a situation.
Is that there's no audio?
There's no audio!
Jeez! That's so violent.
It gets your attention.
Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist.
I'm fine with that one. Oh
They
my
become
goodness.
part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey.
I need to get
and
my
you will
oh
likely
no.
Make very different
Like,
decisions.
oh no.
And eventually arrive
I
at a
know.
very different destination.
I'll look. I'll look.
The future.
No.
is the same
I
way.
want it to be my oh
It
no.
exists even though it has
Oh,
yet
okay.
to come to pass.
Well, give me audio and I'll
We
upload
just
it.
lack the
God.
means to perceive. Of course, there are those with the power to perceive
I need to
the
do it
future.
naturally, though, is the
They
issue.
simply call it by a different name.
Yeah.
Fate.
I mean, you have a
You're quite
plethora of
familiar with that
content that you
concept, I
have
would
on
imagine.
VODs. You can just find one.
Very true.
Does
That
kind
one
of
dog clicker is so...
sense. The future hasn't happened.
Which one? The 3 or the 1?
Already exists.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future. While the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future.
Yeah.
Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can
That
we
was
fight
not me.
back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules.
Yeah.
The first Pyro Archon
I think they're
must have
catching up
possessed
now.
A level of insight I can only imagine.
Yeah, because you heard it the second I sent it.
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne,
Nut.
he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood.
Oh my goodness, I'm
By
learning.
holding the pilgrimage, we're
Is
able to
there
determine the
a page
strongest
over?
among us.
No, what the
And when that
fuck?
person ascends to the divine throne,
You're telling me
their
there's
inner
only
flame
one page
will awaken.
worth of...
In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge
Huh?
and memory of
One
this
page worth of
land.
what?
After all, that's how I
I don't
came to know everything I just told you.
What do you mean you don't know? You're looking!
So it all comes down to the power
'Cause,
of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Because it's like...
Yes.
But then, I don't...
That's my mother,
I'm
father, younger sister,
dying
and the
here.
little Saurians we raised. I
Happy.
turned a piece of my dad's
Should we-
leather armor
should we
into a canvas
happy?
and
So wait,
commissioned
she was a
famous
scion of the
artist to
canopy?
paint our likeness.
yes, she was.
Cute. We were really close.
Oh, these are
Thinking of
trending.
an
That's popular.
ordinary person, but seeing this portrait,
Oh, the chat's delayed as fuck, though.
Yeah, that's what I was
doesn't look
saying.
like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry, Paimon's so sorry. Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes.
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that.
This is
No
gonna be a
matter what
great
others
YouTube
may
video, by the
say,
way.
My past is a precious
What?
part of my identity.
Just us fucking around with sound
I'm
alerts
forever
while
proud of
the
the life I used to lead.
gameplay goes on in the
Becoming
background.
the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how
It's
often
just
we
the
get to see them.
fucking,
My father made the most
corn hub
delicious stew,
fucking
so my sister would
sound.
often bring me a large pot of his cooking,
It's
and we would sit on a
great.
blanket
Corn Hub
and
has a
eat it
sound? I've
together.
never heard it.
One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the Saurians you were raising
I
ran into the
refuse to
room and
believe
knocked
that
over the
you,
entire pot.
Gooner to the
My
max, has
sister
never heard
immediately
a
burst
Corn
into
Hub
tears.
intro.
The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's
I have not heard the
distress,
Corn Hub
they
intro.
froze on the spot. I still remember
And
the
we're
way
not
they
playing
laid
it on
there,
stream, Jester.
sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating.
I
but
reiterate,
in the
we are
end,
not
I
playing
send
it
a
on stream.
preview.
comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
I'm fine if you send it to me in DMs. We are not playing it on stream. And Rose explains gourmet clickers.
Yeah, what makes a
Isn't
gourmet
that what
clicker?
being a
Tell me about
family
it.
is all about?
Can we get rid of the wee cat?
I think about that story a lot, actually.
Oh, is this still there? My
As the
bad.
Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation. And
Your
experiences
rights
like
have been
that,
revoked, Lucy. Welcome
They
to.
remind me
You're
exactly
no woman.
what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
Ah.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted
Short.
many beautiful works
Most
of art.
popular.
Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska, over here, please. Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin.
What?
Fuck. Can I not? I want to test something.
The warmness of tone, ease of access, feeling of the clicker, and build and quality.
Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth.
Oh, well?
So too
No.
shall our stories remain
Does that
eternal.
work if I do the
Ancient
preview?
name, take us
That's
to your fated
great.
bearer. Allow
Stop
her
it.
to answer our call.
Denied. Immediately denied.
That's great. I just gotta add it to the board and then play it in the source.
Though you can't really go to Cornhub no mo due to some weird laws in some states.
That's fine. Cornhub is
The abyss playing tricks on me again?
Garbage.
garbage.
It's okay,
It starts with the
Kachina,
E
it's
that I'm
just
looking
us.
for. It's
We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me.
It's gross.
I've been investigating the night vision this entire time, and I figured out what's
Fair enough.
wrong. The Wyab is being affected.
I mean,
by
I guess
the
that goes for everything with like
I was waiting for the
quality
Wyab to send me back,
and stuff
but then
like
this
that.
really
Yeah, exploited it.
monster
Thank you.
came in and it almost killed me. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help.
Yeah, just get yourself a fucking harem of puppies like Rose has.
So I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Oh,
Exploitative
Jesus
is the
Christ,
word
that was
that Rose
loud.
Listen to those
says.
sounds, Kachina.
Yeah.
The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
Fuck.
We'll be there shortly.
Okay, am I crazy and the only one who notices this? Whenever Chaska's voice actor uses the S syllable, the
Yeah,
mic
it
sounds
peaks.
horrible.
It pops. Yeah, it's only.
It's okay.
Thank fuck.
I feel so much better now that
It's
I have
only
the chance to talk
this
to you
quest.
guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough.
I want to give Kachina
I'll
such
find
a big
way
hug.
back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
I'm gonna have a
Always
kennel
like
and
this,
5
Kachina.
wives.
Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you,
Shocking.
and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss
That's
has
what
been
Rose
feeding
says.
you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
Okay, but the question is one of those kennels yours?
I'm really scared.
Yes.
Everything's so dark and creepy here.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
And I want to go home.
Why did you say yes to my question of is one of the kennels yours?
I don't want you to.
Do you want to be in a cage?
I was answering for Rose.
I don't want to hold.
All you need to do is place your trust in us.
Because see, the thing
just
is,
like you always have.
you're delayed.
No one fights alone. We're not.
You and I are both
What?
delayed.
Not ever.
I
For
know.
them.
That's how stream works.
So I'm answering for Rose
You
before
didn't
she can
even-
answer.
You didn't even give. Yeah. I know, Kaz wants to be in a cage.
Never
like we
again.
lost contact.
Never again.
No
Immediate
contact.
deletion. Immediate deletion. I will revoke your privileges.
In your physical form.
I'm just
This entrance to the
playing
Night
them in
Kingdom
the
was left behind after an
browser,
abyssal
so.
invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose
Oh,
you to
do you want me to get
corrosion.
rid of the R?
I know.
I
I'm
don't
prepared
know
for that
yet.
possibility.
I can leave it at 100
Then I
bits
wish
so you
you
can
all
at
the
least get
best.
$1 out of
I'll
it.
tell Koichi to be ready just in case.
that'll
She's
be a
very
good use of
experienced
$1, I
in dealing with
guess.
abyssal corruption.
There
And
you go.
no, I don't want to be in a
That face
cage. I'm
you just
already
made.
stuck in a fucking cage.
Don't
That's
tell me you
life.
two got into another argument.
Okay, but this is a good
Ow.
cage. A
Just-
cage you'll enjoy.
Feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them
No.
too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
I've worked in kennels. I don't
Thank
like
you
them.
so much for your help, everyone.
Yeah, but at least you
It
get to
really
like
means a
have
lot
all
that
the
you're willing to brave
blankets and
these
stuff that
dangers
you
with
want,
me.
all like pillows.
There's no time to lose, so let's
Give me a
get going.
cave.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide
Still
much
technically a
practical
cage, so
support.
yeah.
But
No,
I can still keep an eye on
because
the
there's no door.
situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely,
There's not always
but
a
if you
door
encounter a
on a
situation you
cage.
can't handle,
You just leave it
Yes,
open.
that's how a cage
You're
works.
still laying in it. No,
I
you
hope
don't
not.
have to lock the cage. You can just be in the cage.
But there's still a door.
Uh-huh, you don't have to close it. Exactly! Rose gets it!
Plus these treats and women. Here's the issue, Rose. Where are the women for me?
It's because you're not in the cage! Women love the caged man!
No.
Yeah. Like, you're telling me you don't know of any women who would want to cage a man, take care of him, and have him fucking come at her beck and call and be a cute little puppy. Like,
It sounds like me being a submissive, and that doesn't really appeal to me. I've actually talked to Jade about this already, to be honest.
I'm not surprised.
I've actually told you about this.
Have you?
Apparently I'm a unique type of dom because I'm not a piece of shit.
Oh yeah! Wild. Yeah, Dom puppy. Literally, alpha pet. There you go. Take turns being caged.
I mean, what you do with Jade is up to yourself.
Literally Rose. Alpha petting it up in there. Jesus.
I don't know. I don't think I would want to be... It would have to be somebody who actually can get that far with me, if I have to be honest.
I mean, that's how it usually
So we're
goes.
underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing
And I
like
don't think it
Paimon
would
did.
be... I don't think it would be equivalent
because in the
to
distant
me
past,
being a brat. It
Natlan
would
was home
literally
to
be
an
a fight.
incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons.
Well, I mean,
Humans only
it's a
established
whole
their own society
question
after the
of
fall of the
being
dragons.
able to be vulnerable
So
to somebody
these are
like that.
Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in abyss activity, the
Oh my
installations
god,
around
what the
here have
fuck is
somehow been
this?
activated again. So what you're saying
It's
is,
literally just a turtle.
we're not in for an
A
easy trip to the
turtle,
Night Kingdom.
I know, I know exactly
It's
what you're
going to be
talking about, I'm
obstacle
pretty
after
sure.
obstacle from
It's
here on
30
out.
seconds long.
Does it sound like it's exhaling?
The turtle, oh yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought it was.
It's 30 seconds long.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
I yawned
It's the
and the muscle in my
pre-adventure
jaw
excitement kicking in.
tightened.
Right, guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
The fuck? I can slightly hear it.
What?
Then let's
What
go.
you were
We
playing.
won't let anything stand in our way.
It's maybe because my headset's fucked. Or maybe it was just loud enough that my fucking
Seems like
mic
the
caught
It
road
was
it.
ends
loud
here.
enough that your mic caught
How
it.
should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I
Okay, I'm
don't
bored.
just mean physical training. I design
You mean-
nutrition plans as well.
You mean
so
you're
basically no
bored
sugar,
of
no
searching
soft
for
drinks,
sounds
no
to
meat.
torture me with?
Yeah, we'll be
hero
Yeah.
if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you. Such as vegetable juice.
Okay, see, that one's gonna get me for different reasons.
Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
But yeah, no, I need to get the soundbite of me saying Crocodolo from Metri and make that like what, 500 biddies?
I mean, they can't use it against you if you use it yourself, so...
I know, but I want them to pay me to use it.
Which model?
Hmm?
Rose is trying to find where to get quote-unquote that model, but what model?
Because I know Comfy Knife
Who the fuck's Comfy Knife?
on Insta also, that's apparently a user.
Comfy Knife named Jade.
It sounds like something Jade would name herself.
Oh, the place we need to
Ooh,
go
I like
see
the way that looks.
Oh, model a clicker. Shocking.
I like the way this area looks. I like the architecture. Hello, trolls! Y'all are good diet. Oh my goodness. My exhaustion is catching up with me. These poor little trolls.
I want to draw an outfit, but I don't want to draw an outfit.
Rain outlines your face.
What, on here?
For my design.
Do you mean like drawing a new outfit, or like trying to put it on the PNG?
No, draw a new outfit.
Okay.
Because I did the one that I did, for the sake of, just getting one.
Just
Because
having it.
the longer I took to do mine, the longer it would take for me to get back to doing Jade stuff. I didn't want to take too long. Because, like, my whole entire thing was, like, getting a PNG ready and then, like, maybe actually getting off of hiatus for Twitch.
Also, by
But-
the way, I wanted to say this to you because it was fresh in my mind. If you want to practice drawing a furry, go ahead and use my character.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm trying. They give me such a headache. Like, you remember how bad of the shit that I did for Jade's gift was with everybody?
I mean, you did well in my opinion.
The only one that I feel like remotely that I did well with was Fluffs. And that's because I spent literally 5 hours on it and had to restart.
Well, what I mean is, like, if you ever want to use something for practice, like a reference or anything like that, you can use mine. I don't care.
You
And if you don't want to use mine, that's... Huh?
You just want free art.
Well, that would be a benefit, but no.
I might. I do need to practice drawing men, so masculine bodies.
The reason I say it isn't because I want free art. It's because without some form of reference in any way, shape, or form, or any idea of what you want to do, it can be a bit harder to like get the practice in. But if you have something you know you can practice on without any issues in that regard, it becomes easier. At least from a psychology standpoint.
This is the final
That's why I
stretch.
said
We
it's
just need
fine
to
with
climb
me
up
if you want to
and
use
we'll
my
be there.
character.
Nothing to it. Easy
Oh,
for
yeah.
you to say.
And if you don't want me to use the art, just tell me not to use the art. I probably won't use it much anyways. Because
I need to find another muse for my art because I need examples for I need just work to post on Twitter. And because someone keeps harassing me into it, or about it, rather, I need work that I can post for, like, commission stuff. But then
We
all of the
actually
work
have to
I
go in
do
there?
is for Jade,
Okay, Paimon
and
just needs to set
she doesn't
herself
want
up.
it posted.
Don't
So.
push her through before she's ready.
I need stuff that I can't post.
Lucy, you need a man to pose for you?
Sauce, Lucy, sauce.
Wait, Lucy,
I
you're a
just need
man?
to, like,
You have to drag Paimon. You're pulling too
I'm not gonna lie, every single like muscle study that I've done and like anatomy study that I've done has been for a feminine body.
This is the
Lucy didn't offer.
Obviously.
Lucy didn't offer.
from what I imagined in the stories.
And so I actually genuinely need to sit my ass
But
down
also,
and
Kaz,
do
for $20, I can do whatever you want.
mask anatomy studies.
That overflow of energy
Okay.
is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first
I'm
place.
too gay to draw men.
From this point
Okay,
forward,
Lucy, for $20,
everything
you
we
have
know
to give
about
me
the real world
$40.
No longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Paimon's more
Because that's
worried
what I
about
want.
We're gonna make it out. Yeah,
If you
this
give me
can't go back the
$60,
way
I'll
we
give you
came.
30.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Can be, not do.
It's so high up.
What?
We really
Oh, he
fall
said I
that far
can be
down?
whatever you want.
Just like
I want
said,
you to be the guy to
our
give me
real-world knowledge
$40
doesn't
for
apply
giving you 20.
We fell all this way, yet came out completely
Yeah.
unscathed. If this was the real world,
Lucy, you can be
we'd
my
have to
friend for
climb our way
$20.
back up to the
Spend
entrance.
$20. Pay for my friendship. I'm poor. I need the money.
You give me any money, and I'm going to sit there looking at it, feeling pressured and confused.
I say you can pay me to be my friend, but I know if you even offered, I'd be like, nope, and run away.
Yeah, are you kidding me? The
is
amount of
find
times I've
Kachina
offered to help
and
you,
bring her
you
to
have
this
tried to
location.
basically just say no.
Exactly.
I
had
had
to
to send
for-
you to
I
Jade,
had
and she
to
only gave it
force.
to you because I didn't
It's a link
ask, and she was
between the
mad
two
that I
realms.
didn't ask.
I have to
So she-
force
The terrain looks
my help
different
upon
than
you,
that.
Jester.
The visibility's not great either.
No, you don't get it.
How
You
are
don't
we
get it.
supposed
The
to find
only reason that
Kachina
you
in these
even got
conditions?
access to my fucking
Yeah,
PayPal
these
was
foreign
because
web
I didn't
games
ask
don't look
Jade
super
if I
friendly
could send you to
either.
her, and she got mad at me for it, so she gave it to you.
Be careful.
She asked.
That's the only reason you have it.
She asked me. She straight up asked
Calm
me,
down, I'm here to
"Why
help.
are you asking
You're the one
me?"
who helped Chama, right?
And I told her why. And Jay was just like, "Oh yeah." I basically said, "Because you have it," and she sent me here. She was like, "How do you know?" And I'm just like, "Jade, Jade." And she was like, "Fine."
Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco.
Yeah.
Was completely
Yeah, she got
lost
mad
to
at
this
me for
realm
that.
Until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me.
If she wasn't mad at
It's
me
like it
for
was
it, she wouldn't have given it to
seeking
you,
me
and you
out,
never would have been
attempting
able to give me
reassemble the
money.
pieces of who I used to be.
I never would have given it to
Of
you.
course, it could only do so much.
I mean, considering the first time that you wanted
Sorry, I
to, and
could
you
only
were like
appear
going through
before you in
every
this
single
imperfect
possible
form.
option to get money to me, and I was just like, nope,
No, we should be the ones apologizing.
it's not gonna work.
Well, I mean,
If
it's the only
spirits
way I
with
can
your
really
stone
help
hadn't
anyway.
become
So
corrupted by the abyss,
Yeah, nobody can
We
help
could
me
have
at this
done much
point,
more.
but that's
we
a me
had to
thing.
destroy it.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that. Even after all these years,
No,
he'd
Lucy,
still
we're
take
friends.
Such a risk for me.
he even said he'll be your
but
friend
I don't
for free.
accept anything.
Our
I don't
souls were
accept any
connected.
gifts. That's how you know we're
Turns out even our
friends.
regrets were exactly the same.
Magical $20 in your wallet, go burr.
In triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
To give you all an understanding, and I'm not dissing Jester for this
May
because
not
it's a
be in the
noble
cards for us, but
feature. It's a noble
not
like
too late for you.
mentality. I offered her
looking
100,
for a
and she was
young
like,
girl from
"No,
the
I'm
Children's
talking
Echoes,
you
right?
down to 50." She
She's being
haggled me
chased
to
by
give
an
her
army
less
of abyssal
money.
power.
Yeah.
I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form.
Yeah.
So follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the abyss.
Brother, I say y'all so many times.
Realize it had gotten this
Yo.
bad. It's like a
I will do
seething
it. I'll take his
volcano ready
PNG
to
and I'll put
engulf our
cowboy
world
hat
at
on
any
it.
moment. Ouch!
Ow, fuck.
Can't go wandering off. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being.
I was gonna say something. I don't know where it went.
See, I do have.
Okay, Kaz, give me your PNG.
I do have. When I'm not dying?
Yeah. No, right now. dying. Give me the
Keep
PNG.
this up. Let's try another route. This way.
No, see. Something. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Nah, I don't like this.
Hi, Jade.
Hi, Jade.
Good morning.
Good evening.
No, good morning.
Stray dog say what?
Stray dog say what?
More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Pookies and pooches, I found the clicker. How dare.
I was about to say, I'm being told about this really cool clicker that they found at PetSmart.
What?
I gotta say, maybe it's just me and my fucking depression brain, but I find it really cool how people will just follow their fixations or in like special interest and like deep dive and learn about everything. Like the fact that you know exactly how and why these clickers sound different and
We're
the
going
kind of
to the
sounds they make.
quote-unquote park, Rose.
That's impressive.
So, first off, yes, that is your depression brain.
Huh?
Yes, that is your depression brain that's giving you a spike of dopamine for this kind of stuff happening.
Oh no, it was more of, it could be my depression brain and the fact that I can't literally do that because my brain is just like, no, we're gonna get fucked instead.
Did you hear that?
So, technically speaking, yes, it's your depression brain doing that, but also on the other side,
Never mind.
it could be...
It was probably just my imagination.
So, depression brain's really weird. It can give you hyperfixations, and it
too.
can take them away.
It was a voice from the abyss.
I mean, I have ADHD, autism, and every single other little fucking thing that would give me hyperfixations.
Doesn't
And yet every
matter.
single hyperfixation I've ever
doesn't
had, I
harbor
haven't
good
ever gone
intentions.
down that rabbit hole, learning every single little thing about them.
Oh, quit your borking, or I'll toss you a biscuit. I stalked someone and their business portfolio for 3 months to try and track down the whereabouts of an arcade machine I played once.
Oh, I totally get that. I would absolutely probably do that too. Like, I will deep dive the internet and try and find information. However, I just forget.
That's depression brain.
Yeah, I'll just completely forget about it. Like, I'll take a break and then I forget that I ever was fucking doing it. Going for a walk. Totally not to the vet to be put down. I gotta say, I have one gripe with Genshin for the recent patches. They have too much of a reliance on the fucking Rift Hounds. I hate them.
Well, don't they need?
And they're in every single fucking battle.
Don't they need a constant enemy?
You made it!
You know, they don't have to be Rift Hounds.
Until we take care of these monsters.
I hate fighting
Good
Rift
idea.
Hounds.
Let's go!
I don't like Rift Hounds, but they're also not like majorly bad. I don't understand them.
Outlines your face.
They're just
Aside
really
from the-
inconvenient to fight.
Aside from the
don't
bleed
like-
thing that they do.
That's all they have. They've got the bleed. The little ones will bleed the one they hit, but the big ones, when they hit you with bleed, everybody in the team gets hit with bleed. And then they have that if you're fighting them with the element that they represent, you'll supercharge them,
Oh.
and they'll be faster.
That monster can appear from
That's about it. It's not
me a bunch of
difficult to
times.
understand. It's just
The
fucking
Wyatt's
hard.
power helps keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay
What does the
outside
youth in
until you got
Asia?
here.
God.
Had a girl. You did so well.
even finish the
And
sentence.
most importantly,
My
you weren't hurt.
God.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Wyatt with me?
Isn't the Y of the weird bird
Can't
things?
exactly put it into words,
Mhm.
but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness.
Good night, Jade.
Nah, Jade. Maybe the real therapy was the gawks we gobbled along the way. That was a sentence that Rose made me say.
You gobbling gawk over there?
Contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation,
Silence, child.
I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we
I want
could
you to know there was a slow head turn involved in that one.
that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem. Still,
Unless the next nearest Comic-Con is in Asia, I don't believe you'll be seeing my youth in Asia anytime soon. Ad.
Yeah, it isn't an ad.
I agree. We might
I
have
don't-
managed
I
to
don't
draw
like
out
the
the
fact
monster that's been
that-
hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow
What
down
is
the
it?
deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
What is Lucy's youth?
Kachina? What's wrong? Nothing. Just a headache.
It's a very sus sentence.
Voice again.
It's sus. I don't know why it's sus. It's just sus.
Leave this place. Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long. No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on. Just up
Grapefruit.
ahead. I'll lead the way.
Grapefruit.
Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you.
Okay, but
That's because we want to help the Wyab.
a
Not because
dog
we have
furry
something to prove.
character spends his
You don't have
entire
anything to
life
prove
avoiding
either.
grapes.
It's okay
'Cause
if you reach your
deadly.
limit. We'll be there for you.
Now the question is
Avoid
grape-
grapefruit as
Alright.
well.
The sooner we
Question
get
is
this
And then-
grapefruit grape
We've already come all
related?
this way. So we
And
might as well
then-
try to get to the bottom of this.
In
go.
a climatic moment
I'll
of
stay
like,
here and try to
no,
solve the abyss
yeah, I can't eat grapefruit. It'll kill
by
me.
yourself?
And somebody's
That's
just
too
like,
dangerous.
why? And he's like, it's great. And it's like, you fucking
It's all good.
dumbass.
I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely
should write
familiar with
stories.
the area.
No, I'll leave that to Jay. Thank you
I
very
don't have
much.
much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes.
Totally didn't spend my entire
So go.
childhood and high school
Achieve your goal.
years doing
Return to the
role
world
play and
where you
writing
belong.
stories or anything.
Thank you for everything.
And I'm functionally illiterate.
You're a true
Woo!
hero.
You should write fanfic.
No, I'm
you.
illiterate.
No one fights
Don't
alone.
ask me to write shit.
Write your name.
I honestly get that wrong.
Does
But
your
that's
head
partially
still hurt?
because I go by
Let
3
me help
different
you
names. Not by choice.
Now see, that's a mood.
Yeah. That's not even counting my like online personas. You know how fucking awkward it was? Because I had my my grad photos done like a week ago. And my mom had made the appointment for me. And I didn't know what name she put. And so they were like, what's the name? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. There's like 3 different names it could be under. So they just asked for my my ID and stuff.
Okay, so they're Wyab manifestations is what we end up fighting.
Yeah.
They're manifestations of the Wyab.
Yes, Lucy, I am the personification of the Persona games. Tis me.
I am the personification of the Persona games and Persona of the Persona
Of the
Persona.
personas in the Persona game with the personas in it, you know? The
Where
one
they
with the
have personas.
Yeah. Where the teens get together and they have personas and they have to like save the world. Yeah, that one.
We don't have a functioning brain cell between us. We have one brain cell and it's malfunctioning.
Well, you are going on 3.5 hours.
I've also been working for fucking 14 days straight.
So we were
There
right.
you go.
The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing.
So
the
does
Wyab
that mean
from
if you
answering
hit
our
your
calls.
quota, you'll be able to
Alright, get
fucking
ready,
have a
everyone.
break?
Time
No.
to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
That's unfortunate.
The issue is I have to wait a minute.
Tell dude to get his fucking shit together. That's all you need.
This is the fire dude, not the Wait.
He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
Was that? Did I like the Geo one of these dudes?
No, it's Ento. He's Enjo. Ento. He's fire too, I think.
Focus on yourself.
Speaking of which, there is a quest in the Signs of Canopy that I think you'll want to do.
Which is?
I don't know. I don't want to spoil it.
You can Shin Megami Tensei.
I strive only for the opportunity to see it.
Lucy, that one was a fail.
I was just gonna let that one sit in silence for a bit.
You did.
You know, let him feel the words that he just fucking said. No!
That's not any better.
There's no tensawing allowed, thank you very much.
Why is it on your shin?
Yeah, why? I was gonna make a joke, but the only one that was gonna get it was fucking gone. But,
I have no shame about what comes out of my mouth. I'm pretty sure that also doesn't apply to what goes in it, too. If Metri's anything to go by.
Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary.
he's gonna need to recover from that one.
Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetic?
Are you Metri? No, leave that to him. I mean, you're the ones that make it public every day.
Give me your hand.
I'm just parroting what I hear.
Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
I'm waiting for Rin to come in with a fucking steel chair and hit me with it.
Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any
The
power.
ones? As if I consent to
But
it.
you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never
They would if they
understand the
weren't
true
asleep.
source of
No,
our
see, here's the
power.
thing. Anytime I ribbed Lucy, Rin comes in with absolute, like, urge to kill. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to be friends. I'm trying to poke fun with my friend. All I hear from Lucy was, that was mean. I'm just like, oh.
Kachina. It shouldn't take more than two of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you.
I mean, if you want me to stop, I can.
There aren't many in Natland who can beat us when we're together.
Don't do what as a bit.
Kind
Yeah,
of
I'm
power.
trying to remember, but I'm tired.
Yeah, I had no brain and I'm like half paying attention, so I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Well, this guy's almost dead already.
Welcome back, Jade.
Oh, he rolls with it, okay.
I still don't know what we were talking about, but you know, it's just me.
I think it was in regards to my statement about the public dick sucking thing.
I must protect my clients. Chill out. The journey's over.
Ooh, I'm dead.
Just me cracking the bones in my spine. Just wiggling my neck.
There's the reservoir.
Oh. Yeah, Jade, the public dick sucking thing. Where have you been? This is a dick sucking zone. Get to it.
What the fuck have I missed in the past 5 minutes? You left us alone with Lucy for like 5 minutes. What the fuck did you expect to happen?
That's what he gets for underestimating.
Honestly.
Fantastic.
To give you a quick recap, Lucy said Shimagami on my shin till I tensei, and Kaz, we were like, for shame, or I was like, I'm just gonna let him sit with it and have for shame, and he was like, I have no shame at all comes out of my mouth, and so Kaz immediately hit him with, apparently, you know, either with what goes in it, and it's just like, burn. Ever since then, I just zoned the fuck out, so.
Glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it
I
with
don't
me.
know.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
That's fair.
Does that mean
That's
you're...
fair. In other words, even if you don't mind it, it stops.
That was a bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend. Especially in a place so
Because when
overrun
somebody
with abyssal
doesn't
corruption.
like something, that means they are no longer
Seeing you
consenting.
pull it off was really something.
Then it's gross.
Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the abyss. It took years worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself.
So who's this one?
The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone
Is this
has a part to
Mulaney's
play. Only then
I think
will
so.
we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the abyss
Isn't he
during
dead?
the invasion 500 years ago.
Did you miss the part where you're in the kingdom of the dead?
Jester.
What?
Do you know who Tupac is in real life?
Yes.
That's the joke I was making.
Okay.
What's being said over here? I know I've had a lot of comments made my way over the years. So when I don't like, I shut it down fast. But if I'm playing around, it's very easy to tell.
Yeah.
Rose comes in with the word Tupac. Oh, hey, the stream on my phone died.
Yeah, but for me, if someone just doesn't like something, then I just don't touch
You
it
were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
at all.
Since you
Because it's
were
better
able to
than
awaken
it's better
my
to just
words
not touch
from
it
your
than
ancient
to
name,
have them
that
potentially
means
sit through something they
you
actually
have
don't
fully
want to sit
embodied the
through for
aspirations
the sake
of
of sitting
Wyatt.
through it. So
Under
just
the
don't touch
name
it.
Umoja, you shall unite the
Which is
tribes
also why if I'm
and
ever
save
going to do
Natlan from
anything
its
ever, I
impending
need
doom.
absolute 100% clear confirmation that somebody
As long
wants
as
me to
blood
do
still
it
runs through your veins,
and is okay with
even
it.
the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame.
That's
Its blaze will become one with the gaze of all Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain
Poggers, I got my
eternal.
lesbian confirmation device.
What's that?
The clicker.
Oh, because you bought it from Passmart. Nice one.
Communication is the spice of life.
What's wrong, Mulaney? So many memories.
Congratulations, Rose. You're gonna have your very own click soon enough.
So that's what happened.
Oh, I didn't get the clicker yet.
What do you mean?
Damn
Did
it.
you just figure something out?
I'll have
500
clicks
years
anyway.
ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing
Then what's
now.
the lesbian confirmation
Efforts
device?
to save Natlan
Oh!
all the way back
Oh, that's
then.
also good.
Oh.
We can go over the
Wasn't
details
expecting that
once
one.
we get back. We shouldn't
But it's
linger
also
here
very
longer
good.
than we have to.
Especially if you get like a well-powered
I
one.
had no idea Mulaney
Yeah.
was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyatt first.
It's mostly having other people getting really comfortable with also saying that type of stuff to me. I've had people experience friendly conversation between close pals and then assume they can also talk to me the same way.
I just need to get used to not... I just need to stop being a pussy about my goonerness.
That should be enough. Wyatt.
I am...
I can't be pure
'Cause-
forever.
I hear your voice,
Well,
Kachina.
I would say totally
My
yeah,
dear
but then,
child.
like, for me, the struggle for me is that I have no shame.
I'm afraid it's time to
I
say
just
goodbye.
don't.
I have too much
I
shame.
don't see. I don't see why there should be shame in anything.
Stay here any longer.
But then the struggle there is I have no
bestowed an ancient
concept
name
on what
upon
is
someone
socially
like me,
appropriate,
but it's okay.
and I frequently cross that line, and I find that out the hard way.
Searching within myself
See,
for
my
the
issue
answer.
is I know what's socially acceptable for the older generation. I don't know what's socially acceptable anymore for the younger one.
I just don't know what's socially acceptable. Except for like in old times, it's was so not nothing was socially acceptable.
No matter what happens.
You're breathing. That's not
so, like,
socially acceptable.
A little bit.
You are all my most beloved
But
children.
like beyond that stuff, I have
always been my
absolutely no
honor to
concept what's
protect
socially
and
acceptable.
nurture you. Your ancient name is just that, a name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name. But it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents.
No, Rose, it's
My
real.
love
You
for
have to
you
have so
will
much,
never
like, so much
change.
conversation about doing
No
stuff
matter what
because
the
you're
future
terrified to hurt
holds.
anyone. It's honestly me for fucking real.
Thank you,
Like,
Wyatt.
I will
It
not
gladdens
do
me to see the
anything at
Pyro Archon's
all
plan move another step
unless it's
towards
like
completion.
explicitly stated
But
that
it's
I
time for
can.
you to leave this place.
And
The
in what
situation here is getting
scenario?
worse.
Because
Go now,
otherwise,
my
then it's just like
children.
everything's off the table then.
Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Okay, can we leave now?
Oh, yeah, I get that, Lucy.
We're out of time.
Now it makes a little more sense. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really understand your first point, but when you say it like that, that makes complete sense. Yeah. The issue isn't that, like, friends saying, like, close friends, it's more just randoms that walk up to you and do that shit too. Because then it's like, who the fuck do you think you are to be, like, saying that shit?
I'm being chased.
So run.
Everything's exploding. I don't know what's happening. Everybody's dying. Everybody's having this nice, wholesome conversation, and I'm over here just running from a giant wall of death.
It's closing! We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here.
I used to show up with literal teeth marks in my neck at work. And
What?
people would tell me I should not have come until they've healed, or at least wear makeup, and I'm like, bro, it's only skin. For fucking real. Like, they have no idea how you got those marks. So, if they know, then they're also fucking gooners. And they just don't want to be outed. But also, that's the stuff that gets me in trouble. Because I don't find that at all shameful. It's literally just the thing that happens. But then, apparently, other people don't fucking like it. And it's just like.
But then you also get people who come in with like hickeys on their necks.
That's the same thing essentially. Just marks on the necks through that kind of activity. And it's like I genuinely don't understand why that's so offensive to people.
Because they ain't getting any. That's usually the biggest reason why anybody would get offended about some things, is because they aren't getting what... so in that
There's
scenario...
no playing off a hickey on the neck, Jade. Everybody knows what that is. Everybody. I fucking knew how to tell if it was a hickey on the neck, and I had never had one or actually like had any activity with people. Like, everybody knows what a hickey is. Bite marks, however, they could be like, maybe it's not bite marks if they're like not in the know.
We're
you know, like doubting it.
So in regards to why it would offend somebody, usually in that sense, it's because they're not getting it, or it's they're not satisfied with what they have, and they get jealous, so they just lash out in one way or another.
I mean, yeah, I just also don't like
what we saw in the Night Kingdom
conceptualize what is sexual
every great
in any way, shape, or form. Like, you know, the portfolio piece I did for college. Like, I get it. It was bondage, but like,
let's get back to the stadium.
it was just some like it was. It's not any actual activity. It's just bondage. But then people were freaking the fuck out about it. And it's just like, why? There's nothing big. There's not a big deal about it.
We seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right.
And it's just like the outfit for my character. Like, I know it's against Twitch TOS, but then it's like, it's just an outfit.
Explain everything.
But I know, I am waiting for someone to have a problem with it because it's
here on out. We'll decide.
But I don't get it. I just know they're gonna, because that's what they've done previously.
You know what you should preemptively do? What you should preemptively do? Same fucking image, but as a dude. Then when they do get irritated with you and say it's too revealing, just be like, fine, I'll fix it, and then immediately share the male version. Is this better?
Dude. So like Twitch TOS is really, really gross.
Yeah, it's a TOS. It's a TOS. Of course it's gross.
That's exactly it. I was at a mall when I was young, and there was a girl that I saw that like literally had this exact outfit, and I have ever since been like obsessed with it. Oh, I love the like a mesh top with barely anything underneath. I love that vibe. But people have fucking problems with it.
Huh. There's a lot less stuff here than before.
Exactly.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects.
Which that being said, not with everybody here. If I ever am too much, please fucking tell me. I genuinely don't know.
I don't see any issue.
I'm just saying. I'm putting it out there. If I'm too much, tell me.
I leave that up to everybody else. I don't really care.
I will not know. I have no concept of it. That's me.
Mentally, I think a lot of people view me as passive or misanthropic in a way, but like, I don't fully care so long as you're not actively hurting anybody. And if you want to talk about sexual stuff, I don't really care, but I will tune you out.
React to the abyss like you,
I don't exactly know what misanthropic is.
Hates people.
Its power.
Hates humans.
It has been special like that.
I don't know.
He can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patience to see, so
true that,
I'll
but
head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
wall stuff from time to time.
We might not
Wait.
see eye to eye, but we both
I'll
have
say
good
some off the
intentions.
wall stuff from time to time.
No,
There's a very keen
We'll figure
distinction
things out
in
between
when
us
I'm
one
playing
day.
it serious.
No, I was reading Lucy's and then Jade sent it and my dyslexia kicked in immediately.
Gotcha.
But also people's perspectives are strange,
There's so much to discuss,
especially
I don't
when
even
it
know where to
comes to
begin.
that type of art.
You've seen it for yourself.
Yeah.
The devastation
found
in the Night
that.
Kingdom.
Remember,
I'll get
somebody
straight to
got
the
banned
point.
from a zoo because he wanted to
Natlan
fuck a
is on the
frog.
verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than
And
a
My
year
Hero
before
Academia
total
is to blame.
devastation.
According to the internet.
I was gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say it. So instead, I'll talk about how people are so weird when it comes to art that like the bondage
But I've only
piece
ever
that I
disclosed
did
that fact to the
was not
handful
allowed
of
to be
people
seen by the
working with me
public.
to save this nation.
But then the
Our
naked
looming
doll that I
destruction is
did
not a
was.
recent development. But the inevitable
Wasn't-
conclusion of the
wasn't
disaster
your-
the Abyss
wasn't your bondage
initiated
bitch
500 years
fucking
ago.
like tastefully covered?
She was covered, yeah.
But the naked doll.
500 years
The naked
ago,
doll wasn't.
all the nations of Teyvat were invaded.
Also,
by
it
the
was
Abyss.
apparently gory.
Unlike
As
the
some
other
people said.
nations, Natlan never had stable
Well,
and
the color
deep-rooted
I can see
ley
them
lines, so we
misconstruing
suffered
as
the worst
gore,
of the
but
invasion.
anybody
Our
with the
against
ability to
Abyss
actually
was
like
exceedingly long
critically
and
think and
brutal.
critically analyze
In the end,
something probably
victory
would
came
not
at the
see that as
cost of
gore.
Our civilization and countless
I
lives.
fucking know.
Even then, it took centuries of
Jade,
solving
I'm
the
well fucking
disasters
aware.
caused by the
I'm
Abyss
just
to
saying it
finally
for those who might not be in the
today.
know.
And still, this
I mean, to
is
be
And
honest,
just in
it
case
took
they haven't seen
the forces of the
piece.
Abyss
it took
have
me 2.5
merely been driven
decades to even
back
hear what
underground.
Shibari is.
Their threat to Natlan remains
Exactly.
as real
And
as
I'm just
ever.
saying that, like, for those who don't know what the piece is, they'll know exactly what I'm talking about if I call it a bondage piece.
All the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley
Because it's the
lines.
vibe.
Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum
Also,
of
bondage
at that
bitch is
time,
alliteration.
We were a nation of the destitute.
Yeah.
Our people no longer believed in
So it's
victory.
fun to
love
say.
alliteration.
Nor did they hold
It's fun to
hope
say.
for
It
the
rolls off the
future.
tongue.
Our civilization was dying.
Unlike all the pussy
Our
I'm not
faith
getting.
crumbling, and the line of power
Yeah,
passed down
you know,
from the Wyatt
Lucy. I'm
nearly
just in
If
case.
we didn't bring the nation
Just
back
in
together,
case.
it would be foolish to even dream.
You posted these
of
in the
defeating
server. I
Abyss
can
in the
appreciate it as
future.
art because that's what it is. Art.
So, the Archon had a long and involved
I
discussion
try not
with
to
the
talk
heroes
as
of
if
each tribe,
people know
and
exactly
finally
what
came
I'm
up with a
saying or
500
what I'm
year long
talking
plan
about.
to save Natlan.
Because I have found too often enough that if I
After
do,
finding Kachina,
they
People don't know.
and I look like a fool.
So, in my advice in that regard is
Since the plan was mentioned in those memories,
assume everybody knows what you're
I guess I've
talking
been
about,
chosen to play an important
because
role in
chances
it.
are the amount of people
There's
that tell
still
you they
something I
don't know what you're
understand.
talking about are the
Those
minority.
memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then.
Because if a person knows what,
It was you.
well, the thing is, if a person knows what you're talking about, they're obviously not going to ask what are you talking about because they know what you're talking about.
For a human to live
It's
No,
it-
but you'd be surprised the sheer amount of
That's
times that people have let me talk and then be
hardest
like, I
thing
have no
for
idea what the
humans
fuck
to
you're talking
overcome
about. And it's
has
just like,
always
okay,
been
great.
time.
I look like a fool
Or
because I
rather,
went on
the
that
natural
entire fucking
limitations of
monologue.
our lifespan.
No, see,
Fantastic.
A god can extend a
in
human's
my
life by
case,
using
I will
a
be like,
certain
I have no
amount
idea
of
what you're
divine
talking about, but you were very
power,
informative and I
subjecting
learned a
them
lot.
to a curse. But as we all know,
Still don't know what
Natlan
what you're
doesn't have
talking
gods
about,
like that.
but I'm more
We can only
informed.
rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe
Educate
was back to its
yourself.
full strength, the tribe's Wayab
No.
would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning
I don't know, people
of
are
that
stupid.
name.
So, in other words, you always knew who the Wyatt were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been
This
blocked.
story is
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection
Interesting.
failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not
Lack
possess
self-control and
discipline,
discipline.
but its methods certainly
I
aren't
see it
easy to
all
counter.
the time lately.
If we want
You
to
want to
unlock that
know? I've already
information
talked to
from
Jade
being
about this.
passed on,
Jester,
My presence alone isn't enough. The ancient
Do you
want to
know something that I read shortly after you explained to me the new changes that Genshin had to do?
Currently,
Somebody
Shironin
made
of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Okay.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year.
Yes, but we have no choice.
Somebody
we cannot
made-
start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered.
Somebody
That's also why I haven't
made.
been able to take action despite the
So somebody
urgency
made
of
an
the
article
situation.
talking about Genshin Impact.
Why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this? Wouldn't
And
that make everything go a lot
it
faster?
made me
Perhaps,
so
but
angry.
the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny
Because
too early
it
can
was
mean
one of those
failing to
instances
realize your
where it
full
was like,
potential.
tell me you've never
Just
played
like
this
your
game without
determination
telling
to
me you
save
never
Kachina,
played this game.
I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your
They
own
called
will,
they called
rather than a
Genshin
sense of
Impact
obligation.
So I
manipulative
suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two heroes are.
and
That's right. Their time is yet to come.
it was either
Putting
predatory or
pressure on them
opportunistic. I think it was
beforehand will only
predatory.
hinder their development.
They were basically talking about the gacha mechanics behind it. But like Genshin Impact is so much more than the gacha mechanic itself. But because they focused solely on the gacha mechanic, it basically made them seem like an absolute douchebag.
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on
And this was an
others
article that, like,
we
usually you
managed
can
to
tell
get
if
this
an
far.
article has, like, a lot of bias
Natlan's
behind it or
salvation
not.
lies not in its archon or any single
And most of the time, the articles I
but in
read
us
aren't too
all.
biased. Like, there's a little bit of bias, but, like, they usually kind of backpedal a little bit to try and, like, keep the unbiased opinion going. This person was going off on Genshin
thought I
Impact.
might
It
get
seemed
away
like
with avoiding the
it seemed more like something you would see on Twitter.
Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose.
Well, that sucks.
Fuel.
Fuel? So back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On
Yes,
their
I
own,
agree with you, Jade.
Each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire
And intent is
situation.
indeed important, Rose.
By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the two worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need.
Rose uses art to
Remember
try
I
and get
told you
bitches.
about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different
We're nearing
form.
the end.
In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come.
Jade, that's
Your
mean.
deeds will become new legends.
You're the
and
bitch, though.
nurture
How
new
does that
forms of
work?
Power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime. Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
I mean, that's fair, Rose. Like attracts like. Why
Now that I know the
Deathy?
danger we're facing. Having a victory feast doesn't
Why
feel
Deathy
right.
Uwu? I'm
Try not to let
curious.
it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
I used to be Death Arsenal, period included. I see.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private
People didn't
property.
like it, and it
They are
gave
there to bring all
off kind
hot
of
spring buddies
thin
together.
blue line Punisher skull vibes.
It's been really nice.
Oh.
Seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand
It do be giving toxic masculinity vibes.
Oh, is that what that means?
I've witnessed their energy, their
The
determination.
Thin Blue Line, aka
passion for life.
the reason ACAB exists.
They cause trouble.
I'm ignorant.
To hold on to my anger for long.
Cops.
It's
Got it.
Bad
unbelievable how
cops.
quickly they woo
Bad
me
cops,
right
got it.
back into my good graces.
Um,
I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite
At least
potential.
that's what I get from
I
it.
can see it.
It's been a while since
One
that
day,
term's been
when I'm no
used,
longer in
though.
fighting form,
Because it was,
I'll come here and tell stories to all the children.
the Thin Blue
Just like those
Line
warriors did for
was
me.
in response to ACAB.
So you better get
Because
busy.
if you don't know, ACAB stands for All
Or
Cops Are
I'll keep running out of
Bastards.
stories.
So the Thin Blue Line was like, it's the Thin Blue Line protecting society. I've always been Jester in some form or another. My original, because I made an account on PlayStation and I was like, what would I want my online persona to be? And I was obsessed with Cicero from Skyrim. Still am, but was. And then also at the time, my animal fixation was wolves, so I was like, how about Hot the Jesting Wolf? Cool.
Digesting
And
wolf?
wolf? Huh?
Digesting wolf? Vor?
The Jesting Wolf. And then, when I went to make the account on my Xbox, I forgot what I fucking did between jesting or jester, so I did the Jester Wolf. And I used that for years and years on everything. And then eventually, in college, I was like, it feels juvenile. So I played around. I was like, playing around with other words that were just as influential to me as Jester was. And then eventually, because I was like, okay, I like Cicero and I like Jinx. Let's do something with that. And then I was like, nothing combines well with those two words. And then I found something that it was like, and then I found something that sounded like asterisk, and I was like, okay, let's use the X in Jinx and like the Y and stuff like that, and like let's do something with that. So I did the Jestrix or Jestrix.
What about the you from right now? You're just gonna die.
You can't ask her those questions and expect
Wow,
her
this
to
is
answer,
kind
my
of
dear. The
fucked.
decision is hers to make.
The Pyro
and she
Archon
deserves
story.
our support.
Yep. Yeah.
We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for
So
Natlan's
for me,
future.
originally,
Yeah,
I was not a
Mom's
very
right.
imaginative
Always
child
believe
in the
in
naming
you, sis.
department. So my name was always my name.
Dad should be here. Where is he?
But
I imagine
around
he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to
my
come at
first
all.
year of college,
Don't take it to heart.
I had
Ricky.
taken an obsession
That's
with
just
the
who he
Summer
is.
Wars anime movie, and I wanted a new name.
Just
So my
remember,
gamer tag
no
became
matter what happens in
was
the
supposed to
future,
be King
I
Kazma,
will always love you.
because that was the name of a character in Summer Wars. However, the website I originally set it up for cut off the A for some reason, so it became King Kazm. King Kazm stuck as my gamer tag ever since. However, it slowly evolved into Kazm Vulfhart because during my first Anthrocon I wanted to flesh out my persona. And so, my persona became Kazm Vulfhart, or Wolfheart.
Out there somewhere. I'm gonna find it. So
And
don't forget about me.
that is how I basically got my name. And it stuck that way for almost a decade and a half.
Nice.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future.
Have I
That
rated the
is
second person
Natlan's
she
fire.
mentioned?
The lifeblood of our nation.
Yes, I... I like the name of the stream. Kakarot, I'm gay, let's fuck. Alright.